Sixth phase of India's Lok Sabha elections has just ended. 57.7% voter turnout has been recorded till 5 p.m. today. Voting has concluded in 58 seats across 6 states and 2 union territories in the sixth and second last phase of the Lok Sabha elections. Delhi and Haryana have voted in a single phase. All 7 seats of Delhi and 10 seats of Haryana voted today. In Bihar and West Bengal, there were 8 seats in the fray, 4 in Jharkhand, 14 in Uttar Pradesh, 6 in Odisha. And the final seat in Jammu and Kashmir, Anantnag, Rajouri, where the polling was moved from the third to the sixth phase election. All of these constituencies voted today. This phase is crucial for NDA because NDA won about 40 seats of the 58 seats that voted today. And a good performance of the NDA is very critical for the BJP to maintain its target of 300 par or 300 over 300 seats. BJP alone won 40 of the 58 constituencies in 2019. 5 other seats were won by the allies of the BJP in 2019. I have my colleagues Ishika from Delhi, Saurabh Gupta joining us from Kolkata, and Nazir joining us from Jammu and Kashmir. These are the reporters who've been getting ground reports for you all day today. To you, Ishika, first, after a long time, there is no triangular contest in Delhi this time. It's Aam Aadmi Party and Congress on one side and BJP on the other. And the BJP has over 50% vote share in each of the 7 seats of New Delhi in 2019. So it's going to be a difficult battle for the Aam Aadmi Party and Congress combined. How optimistic are the political parties, and what was the sentiment on ground even as Delhi voted?
Well, Vasudha, as you very rightly pointed out, this time, in fact, if we talk about the Lok Sabha polls here in the national capital, it was the India Alliance versus the BJP. Certainly, this election will turn out to be, the litmus test for the India Alliance. But if we talk about the voter turnout, well, it has been, past 6 p.m. The votings are closed now. The fate of all the candidates here in the national capital have been sealed in those ballot boxes. Now, to get these sentiments on ground, we are being joined with the people here. I'll go across to them. Sir, आज जब आप वोट करने गए, क्या ऐसे मुद्दे थे दिमाग में जिसको लेके आप गए थे आज वोट करने?
मैडम, ऐसा है कि मैं राकेश सक्सेना मेरा नाम, मैं आरडब्ल्यू का वाइस प्रेसिडेंट हूँ और मैं यहाँ पे जब वोट डालने आया था तो मेरा मुद्दा ये था कि एजुकेशन, मेन डेवलपमेंट, मेन अपना लोगों को मेडिसन और जो इस तरीके के बच्चों की, लेडीज़ की सुरक्षा, उसके लिए मैं वोट करने गया था, कास्ट करने। और अपने यहाँ के जो पॉकेट फोर के लोग हैं उनकी मेंटेनेंस, यहाँ की सफाई वगैरह, जो भी बिजली पानी है, उसके लिए मैं वोट कास्ट करने गया था।
सर, आप भी यहाँ पे जो है यहाँ के निवासी रहे हैं, कौन से ऐसे लोकल मुद्दे भी आपको लगे जो इस इलेक्शन में हावी थे, और खासकर तब जब आप वोट कास्ट कर रहे थे?
लोकल मुद्दों के साथ हमें देश हित के लिए हमने इस बार वोट करा, और जो डेवलपमेंट का जो गवर्नमेंट दे रही है उसको आगे देख के कि इसको कंटिन्यू रहे, उसको सोचते हुए अभी हमने वोट करा है। लोकल में हमारे जो एमपी एमएलए हैं वो अच्छा कर गए हैं, जो हमारे काउंसलर हैं वो अच्छा कर रहे हैं। लोकल में इतना वो नहीं है, सब कुछ डेवलप है। मयूर विहार एरिया फुल डेवलप एरिया के अंदर आता है। अभी तो सेंटर के इलेक्शन को हमने सेंटर को सोच के, जो देश को डेवलपमेंट के अंदर बात चल रही है, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर हो गया, एजुकेशन हो गया, वो आउटडोर जो भी बाहर की कंट्री से हमारा रिस्पॉन्स आ रहा है, उसको देखकर हमने इसको कंटिन्यू रखने के लिए सोच कर करा।
सर, अगर हम बात करें हुए जितने भी पॉलिटिकल डेवलपमेंट्स हैं, चाहे वो अरविंद केजरीवाल को हम देख लें, उनकी जो कैंपेनिंग थी उसे हम देख लें, तो इसका क्या प्रभाव पड़ा जब आप कास्ट करने जा रहे थे वोट? क्या आपके दिमाग में कहीं वो अरविंद केजरीवाल की गिरफ्तारी हो, या फिर उनकी जो इंटरिम बेल हुई हो, या फिर स्वाति मालीवाल वाला जो मुद्दा था, कहीं आपके दिमाग में एक बार भी आया जब आप वोट गए? नहीं आया।
नहीं, नेगेटिव हो गया।
आपका क्या रहा है?
लोग डिसाइड कर लेते हैं, क्योंकि ये जो हुआ बहुत लेट हुआ, तब तक लोग सारे डिसाइड कर चुके थे कि हमने किस तरह वोट डालना है। और इस बार मुद्दा था जो बर्निंग इश्यूज है कंट्री के सामने, लाइक अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट, इन्फ्लेशन,
Okay, we'll connect to Ishika in a bit. Also joining us now is Saurabh Gupta from Kolkata. But before that, violence was reported from some parts of West Bengal today. Remember that West Bengal has been infamous for pre-poll and post-poll violence, something that the centre has been concerned about. Let's look into that report first.
हम लोग का बीजेपी का बहुत सारे सपोर्टर्स है इस एरिया में, लेकिन वो लोग फ़ोन किया कि आप लोग यहाँ हम लोग को वोट नहीं दिया जा रहा है, देने के लिए बहुत यहाँ पर ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन हो रहा है। तो हमने इसलिए हम इस एरिया में आया था, इस 200 नंबर जो बूथ है वहाँ आया था देखने के लिए कि क्यों क्या प्रॉब्लम है। लेकिन वहाँ का जो लोग था हम लोग को अटैक किया, ठीक है। बहुत सारे लोग अबाउट 200 जैसा लोग हैं वहाँ का, रोहिंग्या जैसा लग रहा है कि वो लोग हम लोग के ऊपर अटैक है। मेरा अगर हम लोग वहाँ मर्डर ही हो जाता, अगर हम लोग के पास सीआईएसएफ का जवान नहीं होता और यहाँ का अगर पुलिस प्रशासन कुछ रहता तो हम लोग वहीं पर मर्डर हो जाता।
Saurabh, tell us what really happened today, because post-poll violence or pre-poll violence in West Bengal is not new. We've seen, such situations happening in Birbhum, and today, similar reports have also come in. You yourself have covered extensively what happened in Nandigram and also in Durgapur, Bardhaman. What happened today, and how is that going to impact the electoral results of West Bengal?
Well, I think violence has been a part of elections in West Bengal, unfortunately so, but it has been a part of elections, and which means that even in spite of the violence, there has been decent turnout when compared to other states, and that's perhaps indicative of the fact that irrespective of violence, people here do come out and vote. And the electoral results is, of course, maybe not affected by violence, except many in 2019 thought that the violence in 2018 Panchayat election was perhaps reflected in the 2019 elections in the results. But apart from that, really, violence has been a part of elections in West Bengal, unfortunately so, though this time we thought that West Bengal was perhaps moving away from that pattern of violence in the first 5 phases, barring those incidents in Bardhaman, Durgapur or the other isolated incidents that we saw. It was largely peaceful when compared to previous elections. But the 6th phase has kind of changed that. There was violence in at least 3-4 seats. Jhargram saw the worst kind of violence where, the BJP candidate, of course, was chased and stoned and stone pelting happened. And the Trinamool says the incident erupted because the candidate's security misbehaved with a woman who was standing in line to cast her vote. So there have been allegations and counter allegations, but in all of this, really, there is also the fact that West Bengal saw violence again today in several seats. 8 seats voted today: Kathi, Tomluk, Ghatal, Mednipur, Jhargram, Purulia, Bakura, Bishnupur. Now, Jhargram, Purulia, Bakura, Bishnupur, all tribal seats, and largely tribal population, and their issues are likely to impact those seats. Kathi, Tomluk, home ground of Shubhendu Adhikari. And also you had Ghatal and Mednipur, where also there is a tough contest.
Right. Thank you, Saurabh. Stay with us. We'll keep coming back to you for more details. Nazir, the voter turnout in Jammu and Kashmir, be it Baramulla or other places, has brought a huge amount of cheer to the country, because it's also been a lesson to sort of come out and vote. So what can we expect from Anantnag Rajouri today? And also tell us about what really happened with PDP Supremo Mehbooba Mufti's allegations that there was some sort of malfunctioning with the EVMs.
Well, it was not as great as Baramulla in last phase, where there was near 60% voting. Today, by 1 hour before the polling ended, it was 51%, but that was more polling was in Rajouri and Poonch districts, which have been traditionally very high voter turnout areas. But compare 9% in 2019 elections and 51%, which will go now, I think more than 55% once the final voter turnout would come. So it was a great vote in that sense, though moderate voting in Anantnag district, but heavy voter turnout in Kulgam's, Damhal, Hanjipura and other assembly segments, which have been traditionally high voter turnout area. Talking about is this day, today start actually a sit-in dharna by Mehbooba Mufti. She alleged that her supporters, her workers have been detained. And after she sat on dharna for few hours, and government had to relent, and the workers were released from the detention by the government, by the police. But the way this contest has played out, number one, honestly, we are going to miss this election because it was after a long time, politics was revived, people were expressing themselves. Because all these years, there was stoic silence in Kashmir. People were not talking as if they were frozen in fear. But all of our last few months, we could see in all these phases, people talking, dancing, singing. So it was something new Kashmir. Actually, you would see people expressing themselves and reposing their faith in democracy. Hope this continues. It's not limited to this election.
Yes.
Because today it was the last phase in Kashmir, Jammu and Kashmir elections, and there's and seventh phase, there's no constituency here that will go to polls.
Right. So Indian
and
elections
in
are often called...
Anantnag Rajouri constituency, there's a...
Yes, Nazir, please continue.
Yeah, it is a three-cornered contest. Mehbooba Mufti's fate would be decided by people. That has been decided by voters today, and we'll only know who is the winner on 4th of June. But clearly, this was a very close contest, very, seriously fought battle. But one thing, there was no bitterness among the people.
Okay.
We could see the vote, supporters of one party, PDP, National Conference, and others. And also, BJP was not contesting, but they had, in the 11th hour, they supported Apni party because BJP has been riding on the reservation they had given to Pahadi community, and they hope those votes can be transferred to the Apni party and it can put a big fight against National Conference and the PDP.
Right. Thank you, Nazir. Also, coming back to you, Ishika, I was reporting from South Delhi today and I realized Delhi is home to so many migrant communities. So many of us have actually come from different parts of the country to make our living here. And all political parties have taken into account, that kind of migrant population. So tell us, what are people from different states, what were they saying when it came to voting for the right person in Delhi elections?
Well, yes, Vasudha, as you rightly mentioned, you were reporting from South Delhi, but, we know that there are similar scenes in all the constituency of the national capital. Now, if we talk about the northeast, there, in fact, a lot of Purvanchali voters are there. And, in fact, we are seeing, that the highest voter turnout has been from the northeast, where it is Manoj Tiwari, who is the incumbent of the BJP, and he is, in fact, up against Kanhaiya Kumar. Both of them, coming from the same, Purvanchali background, and both of them trying to get as many, Purvanchali voters as they can for their party. So, but even here in the East Delhi, if we talk about, there are in fact a lot of people who have come from the other states and in fact residing here in the national capital as well. So, मैं आपसे भी जानना चाहूँगी कि जितने भी लोग हैं जो बाहर से आए हैं, दिल्ली में रह रहे हैं, उनके लिए मतलब सर कौन-कौन से ऐसे मुद्दे थे? क्योंकि अगर हम देखें तो वोटर टर्नआउट जो है वो अभी की बात करें तो 44.31% हुआ है, और हमने देखा है ना ही वो जो दिल्ली में सिर्फ रहते हो पर बाहर से भी जितने लोग आए हो वो भी आज भारी मात्रा में आए। तो कैसे कौन-कौन से ऐसे मुद्दे थे जो उनके दिमाग में?
देखिए, पहले तो एक मेडिकल का मुद्दा होता है। बाहर से लोग जो आते हैं वो यहाँ पर इसलिए आते हैं कि हमें मेडिकल की फैसिलिटी एक अच्छी मिल सके, एक उस मुद्दे पे आते हैं। बाकी यहाँ पर जो डेवलपमेंट का मुद्दा है, जैसे हमारे में पहले भी जो हमारे गौतम गंभीर जी थे उन्होंने हमारी बहुत हेल्प करी थी वैक्सीनेशन के टाइम पर, और उन्होंने हमारे वैक्सीनेशन भी दी। लेकिन अब जो मुद्दे आए हैं, जो हमारे हर्ष मल्होत्रा जी यहाँ के कैंडिडेट हैं वो भी काफ़ी ग्राउंड वर्क से जुड़े हुए हैं। उन्होंने काफ़ी जब रहे हैं, वो मेयर भी रहे हैं EDMC के अंदर, मरगम पार्षद भी रहे हैं, तो उन्होंने काफ़ी डेवलपमेंट की है। तो हमें काफ़ी उम्मीद है कि काफ़ी चांसेस हैं कि इस बार अच्छी डेवलपमेंट होगी।
सर, अगर हम बात करें तो आप खुद आते हैं बाहर से, यहाँ पे अगर हम बात करें तो जितने भी कैंडिडेट्स की अगर हम बात करें तो जॉब्स, एक तो खासकर जो बाहर से लोग आते हैं, जॉब्स की बात हो और बाकी जो इश्यूज हो वो कितने हावी हो जाते हैं?
जॉब्स वगैरह दिल्ली कैपिटल होने की वजह से काफ़ी कुछ यहाँ पे वो है, और सबसे बड़ी बात जो कैंडिडेट हर्ष मल्होत्रा जी रहे हैं वो ग्राउंड से जुड़े हुए हैं और हर तरह के प्रॉब्लम्स को सॉल्व करने के लिए काफ़ी वर्सेटाइल उनकी पर्सनैलिटी है और हर तरह के प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करते हैं, इसलिए लोगों ने काफ़ी उन्हें इस पॉइंट पे भी चुना है।
So certainly, Vasudha, as you heard, all of those here, in fact, if we talk about the voter turnout, in fact, it has been around 55%. And it was not just the people who are, in fact, residing in Delhi for a long time, but also who have come from the other states. And certainly, if we talk about the medical facilities, if we talk about the jobs, that was certainly on their mind when they came out to vote. But certainly now the polling is over. The fate of all of these candidates are sealed now, and we'll have to wait and watch for 4th of June as to who actually was able to woo all of these voters. Over to you.